What's up? You here to debate?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's your name, age, and pronouns?
Austin. I am 29. I'm a male.
Okay, but what are your pronouns?
Him. He.
Great. What are you here to debate about?
I disagree with fundamentally every single thing that you have on there. I just want to start though. I guess the easiest way for us to find common ground is through like medical terminology. So I'm going to start with a simple definition. And I'm not comparing this. I'm just using this as a definition for us to find common ground. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay, so the term is clinical lycanthropy. Are you familiar with that term?
No.
Okay, so clinical lycanthropy is it's a very rare syndrome. It's basically in which somebody believes they can like transform into a werewolf, or they can become a dog, or that their spirit is a sheep, or what have you. Does that make sense?
Sure. What's this have to do with any of the topics?
Okay, so it's like that's a known clinical what they would refer to as a delusional misidentification syndrome, right? Would you agree with that?
Sure. What's that have to do with the topics?
Okay, good deal. So now, if we're talking about somebody who believes they're a werewolf, right? Like we all know they're not a werewolf, right? Like obviously they're not a werewolf. They have something that's wrong with them. They need medical treatment. Maybe they need some type of psychiatric evaluations, right? Whatever the case may be, right? But we can agree though that they're definitely not a werewolf, right? Even though they believe they're a werewolf.
Great. What does this have to do with the topic?
Do you agree with that though?
Sure. Werewolves don't exist. So yeah, it makes sense that they
Good
can't be
deal.
something
Yeah.
that
So
doesn't
then how can
exist.
you tell me then that a man can become a woman,
I don't
right?
think
And
men
does
become
not
women
have the same hold on, and then does not have the same delusional misidentification syndrome.
because men don't become women.
So if somebody is born a biological male, right? They're born with the organs of a male, and they're classified as a male at their birth, and they grow up being a boy, right? And then they
Could you do me a
feel
favor?
like, hold on,
Could you do me a favor? Could you read the first topic on the board out loud?
trans men or women, or men and women. Yeah, I mean they so
Great.
a
Can
trans
you do me a
man is a
favor? Can you tell
woman,
me
and a
where? Can you
trans
tell me?
woman is a
Yeah,
man.
if you don't understand how like typing works, that's fine. Can you tell me where in that sentence that I said the word male?
Well, men would be indicative of male, right?
Interesting. You
It
believe that?
means male.
Man just means male.
Well,
Interesting.
men would mean that it is a male, right? Correct.
Sure. What's the definition of man?
I'm born with a penis.
So you wanted to have a conversation about medical definitions, but your definition of man is dictionary. I'll go in man, noun, born with penis. That's what the
Well, I'm
definition of
just
man
I'm
is
just
going to
kind
be.
of dumbing it down for you because you didn't know the definition of clinical
Sorry, let
lycanthropy.
me ask you
You
again.
also
What's the
don't.
definition?
You
Let me ask
also
you again.
don't.
What's the definition of man?
So again, I've already given you a simple definition, right? Like,
So,
would
okay, so
you
great. So
can't
if a
even
man is
affirm
born,
you can't even affirm though.
let's
Like,
just confirm
hold
here.
on.
If a
You're not
man is
even
born,
affirming though
let's just
that you're not
confirm
even
here.
affirming though that I
Let's
brought up a
just
valid
confirm
point.
here. You haven't actually because you brought up something that doesn't exist. Let's just
Clinical
confirm
lycanthropy
here.
is where a
No,
man believes that he is a
werewolves
dog.
don't
You
exist,
believe
stupid.
that you're a
No,
girl. What's the
werewolves don't
difference?
exist, stupid. Because
Okay,
werewolves don't
so I mean,
exist,
neither
dummy.
neither
Do
neither do
werewolves
hybrid
exist?
human
Do
beings.
werewolves exist, dumb man? Do werewolves exist? Yes or no? Do
Does a
werewolves
man
exist? I just
transform
need to know
into
if
a woman
werewolves exist.
exist?
Yes or no? Do
I mean,
werewolves
under
exist? Yes or
your
no?
under your assumption, I would have to say
Do
yes. Like
werewolves
if I was
exist?
living in
Yes
your
or no?
brain,
You believe
prove they
werewolves
don't,
exist?
right?
You
Yeah,
believe werewolves exist?
yeah, prove they don't.
Okay, so why would I talk to somebody who believes in werewolves?
I mean, you believe in a man turning into a woman,
No,
right?
did you hear me when I answered you earlier when you said that? What was the thing I said to you? When you said that the first time, what did I say back to you?
So, but here's the thing, though,
No,
right? Like you're saying,
when you said that the first time, what did I say? We're gonna do this like it's a classroom, apparently, because you aren't listening. When you said this the first time, what was my response?
some jibber jabber about how they're not a man.
So you weren't listening. So you're here in bad faith. You're not here to actually have a conversation because you're not listening to the things that I'm
I mean, I'm just
responding to
summing
you.
up what you said. You were basically
No, I don't ask you to
summarizing.
sum up what I said. I didn't ask you to summarize what I said.
You were
What
basically saying that you never
specifically
heard
did
the,
I say?
you were saying that you never said the word male,
Nope.
and you were that, so you never said that.
When you told me that men become women, what did I respond to that with?
Man, I don't remember what it was.
Yes, because
I
because you're not here to actually have the conversation.
Bro, you haven't disproved anything that I've said. You're just
You
trying
haven't
to
said
go
anything.
around
You
the
haven't
point.
made any claims.
You haven't rebutted anything that I
You
gave
have
you. I
not
gave you
made
literal
any claims.
Okay,
You've
so
quite
let
literally
me
not
make
made a claim.
So
Make
let
a
me
claim.
make a claim for you.
Go ahead.
Clinically, lycanthropy is classified as a type of delusional misidentification syndrome, and this could also be tied into those who believe that they are a
Substantiate
man
that.
who were born a woman.
Substantiate it.
Okay, so how can you
I didn't. I'm not. I don't have to I don't have to
no,
desubstantiate your
I
claim.
understand now. Whenever
You have
somebody
to
comes up with an argument that you
substantiate your
can't
claim.
rebuttal,
You're not
when
making an
somebody
argument.
comes
A
up with
claim is not an
you can't
argument.
rebuttal,
A
you're like,
claim
oh,
is
well,
not an argument.
substantiate it.
Do you know the difference
Give me
between a claim and an
clinical,
argument? Do you know the
okay,
difference
so
between a
it's
claim
not
and an
that
argument?
is a valid argument. That is
Do
backed
you
by
know the difference
medical
between a
terms.
claim and an argument? I don't think you do.
A claim is one that can't be backed up. An argument is
No.
something that I can argue until I'm blue in the face,
No,
right? And
stupid.
I can argue this
This
until
is how
I'm blue
I.
in the face.
This is
Just
how I know
because
you're
you're
dumb.
retarded.
Let me
Listen,
tell
just
you.
because you're
Yeah,
dumb
great.
and you
Okay,
voted for
I know you
Kamala,
want to
right?
slur. I know you want to slur. I don't give a fuck about any of that. Let me explain to you the difference between a claim and an argument because you are genuinely dumb. A claim would be a position you have on a certain thing. So your claim is that being trans would be akin to this medical delusional blah blah blah. An argument
your
is
claim.
how.
Okay, so
Nope.
I
Stop
can say the same thing
talking.
about everything you say.
Interesting. You're gonna stop talking. So your argument would be how you substantiate this to be true. So substantiate it to be true. You've made the claim. Now back up the claim with an argument.
Gotcha. So let me reword it for you, right? So my claim would be that a person who is born as a sex of a male can never become a woman. And my proof backing that up, right, would be that in the similar instance of clinical lycanthropy,
It's not a
where
substantiation.
people are known to think that they are something else,
It's not a substantiation.
it is classified as misidentification disorder.
It's not a
syndrome.
substantiation.
Okay, so that means how is it
You've
not
still not
okay,
substantiated?
so
Let's just break it down super easy. You don't believe trans men can be. We're gonna break it. We're gonna break this down super easily. We're gonna break this down super. Nope. We're gonna break this down super easily. And when you look really dumb, it's gonna be great. Your claim is that trans men cannot be men. So let's just start simply. That would mean that there is a necessary condition in order to be a man that trans men do not meet. So because they do not meet this necessary condition, they cannot fit into the category of man. Correct?
Correct.
What is the necessary condition?
Can they get a woman pregnant?
So getting a woman pregnant is the necessary condition to be a man.
The ability to be born with that ability, yes.
If
you were born
so
with the ability to get,
if I'm born exactly as I am now, but I have penile agenesis, so I lack a male reproductive system, am I a man or a woman?
So that means that you have a vagina?
Nope. I lack a male reproductive system. There's nothing there. So what am I? Am I a man or am I a woman?
That you're talking about like a very minute thing.
Oh, great. So let's go back to definitions because apparently you're too stupid. What's the definition of necessary? I'm sorry, what's the definition of necessary? I'm sorry, what is the definition of necessary? 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 What's the definition of it?
Are you are you
What's
literally
the
stupid?
definition of necessary?
I feel like you're like actually retarded.
I'll ask it again. What's the definition? You can slur all you want. I'll ask it again. What's the definition of necessary?
You couldn't even give me the definition.
What's the definition of necessary? What's the definition of necessary? If you know it, say it. 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 What's the definition of necessary? That's all I want to hear. All I want to hear is what's the definition of necessary. I don't really. First of all, I'm literally streaming. It's already out. I don't care. What's the definition of necessary? I'm gonna. So here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna be muted. The only thing I want to hear from you is the definition of necessary. If you say anything else, like the ugly piece of shit you are, you're just going to go back to the void. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. You're either going to tell me the definition of necessary or you're going to go back to the void. This is your only option right now. Yeah. Okay. So great. So you can't tell me the definition of necessary. So bye. Just so that chat knows now, I'll explain to chat why your argument is fucking stupid. Chat, necessary means it's something that is required, meaning you cannot be without it. So when you say, oh, yes, it's necessary you're able to give a woman birth, but even if you don't have that, you can still fit into it, then it's not fucking necessary, stupid. Fun fact, learn how words work, dumbass. So again, chat, also because he pulls out a rare disease that, what did Jesse say, that 43 people have ever had in the world? I don't give a fuck. Understand how words work. I don't know if you know this. There are 0 exceptions in a necessary. You can have 0 exceptions. Fun fact. Just chat, let me ask chat. Hey, chat, how many exceptions can you have in a necessary? You tell me, chat. How many exceptions can you have in a necessary? Be Young, you want to talk shit about me hanging up. Be Young, how many exceptions can you have in a necessary? Go ahead and tell me. And if you say the wrong answer, you're getting booted for the rest of the stream. How many exceptions can you have in a necessary condition? The answer is 0. Because if you have an exception, then that thing is not necessary to be a part of that category. So when I asked him what the necessary condition was, and he named something, and then I bring up an exception, and he says, well, that exception, that's different. No, get the fuck out of here. I'm not playing.